Okay. Is there any questions you all have that you want to ask? Okay. So from this, yes, okay.
I wonder, Reverend Sister gave us a kind of how Reverend Sister meditated. So that we could Reverend Sister, tell us how Reverend Sister meditated. So that we kind of follow and at least pick up some very good point there and we could move on. That's such a good point, perhaps.
Yes, maybe not now, maybe later, because it's best you follow this first, and then maybe for later stage I can share that with you. Yeah, because the retreat is designed to take you from where you are to a peaceful and to gain some calm and peacefulness, and then to bring up some wisdom. So first let's practice that, and then I can share my experience maybe later. So today, this afternoon, we are going to practice the compassion bit. It's in your books, page number 43. So I hope all of you practiced, reflected and contemplated on this dispassion. And now we are going to move to then to the compassion. And tomorrow we'll try to go and do this Anapanasati practice. Metta is the area dimension. Means where we are spreading our good thoughts or thoughts of goodwill or universal goodwill, and we are spreading it to the whole universe and even beyond the universe, to all kinds of worlds, like to heavens, to hells, and to everywhere that there are beings. This is how we spread metta. So according to the Buddhist way of thinking, there are many worlds, and not only the human world and the animal world, there are many other worlds and many other beings that we can't see from our eyes, or we can't kind of cognize them through our five senses. So when we send this good thought to all beings, we send it to all the worlds. Wherever there is a being, we wish may all beings, without exception, without omitting anyone, we wish may all beings be well, happy, comfortable and peaceful. That's spreading metta. And you have been practicing this every morning. Yeah? So it's not new to you. Because every morning you have been practicing this. So this is how we practice metta, and the specific instructions are given in the book. They are very simple and easy to follow. Now when it comes to karuna, we are talking about extent to which we are interested in about others, or how deeply we are interested in others' welfare of another person. So it's that depth dimension. When we become interested in the welfare of all beings, then the distinction between oneself and the other actually starts to disappear. And we start to understand that others are important as ourselves. So the I and that you, the other, actually disappear. Then we'll be thinking in terms of we or us, not in terms of I and you, but as a whole. Now the mind has broadened up. Before, our thoughts were in this range where me and mine and myself, like having a wall around you, very small world. But when you practice metta and then come to this deep aspect, to the karuna, it's pretty much the walls have been kind of opened up. And it's because we were only thinking about ourselves, or we were only interested about ourselves, that this wall was there. The boundaries were there between you and the other. Now when you start thinking about the others and you become interested about the others' welfare, and it becomes a deep thing that comes from you within, this boundary actually disappears. So when this boundary is no longer there, when it opens up, this side and the other side, they're the same. There's no difference. Yeah? It's like a river merging with the sea or with the ocean. It's also actually Buddha takes this example of showing a mother who has only child. That mother is actually, for that mother, or any mother, for any mother, their children are as important as her life, herself. And even they are prepared to even give up their life to save their children. So there's no difference between the mother and the children. For her, her children's welfare is important as her own welfare, or even more than that. So Buddha actually takes that example when Buddha is talking about this metta and karuna, because that's one of the pure examples that we can bring in to show this kind of love. Otherwise it's very difficult to come into terms with this kind of love, selfless love. And it's clearly shown in a mother, and it's actually very unconditional and selfless. So this karuna, we can call it empathy. And this state of mind is a state that's absent from emotions. That's very important for you all to understand, that this state of mind is not an emotional state. It's actually the absence of emotions. And there is no emotional excitement, and what's there is a calm state. When this distinction between the oneself and the other disappear, the sense of self disappears. So all the self-centered thoughts disappear as a result of that. And when this happens, all worries and anxieties disappear. Worries and anxieties are a byproduct of your self-centeredness, or from selfishness. All these worries and anxieties come. So now that you are becoming selfless, the worries and anxieties start to disappear. And there won't be any worries and anxieties. And as a result, there will be no unhappiness in your mind at all. All unhappiness is due to all these unwholesome emotions. So now the unhappiness will disappear from your mind, So what's left when the unhappiness disappears is happiness. So now you have a happy state of mind. And this is the happiness of selflessness, an unselfish happiness. And that happiness is called mudita. And when we talk about mudita, we are talking about selfless happiness. We are happy helping others, and the others become happy as a result of this. And we are so happy to see that. We can be so happy by seeing others being happy. So here we are not concerned about ourselves. This mudita is a happiness of selflessness. Normally this is translated as rejoicing in others' happiness. You may have noticed in normal text, mudita is called as the ability to rejoice in others' happiness. Now you know why. When you are not selfish and there is no boundaries between you and the other, of course the other's happiness becomes your happiness. You are so happy to see others being happy. Normally, what happens when you are self-centered, you are only interested about yourself, and when you see others doing well or they being happy, there's this tendency about jealousy coming up. Why not me? Why didn't that happen to me? Why didn't I get that lottery? Why do I have problems? Why not that person? So like that, those kind of thoughts comes out of self-centeredness or from selfishness. But when the selfishness disappears, there's no self-interest. You're interested in all beings' welfare, not only just yours. So anyone being happy, you're happy. And your mind is now in a state of happiness, and it's a very calm state. There's no excitement, there's no ripples. It's a very calm state of mind. So this happiness is a tranquil state of mind, and mind is very calm at this stage, and mind will not get affected from what happens in the outside world. So the mind will stay focused within. It will not go out, or it will not be interested in what happens outside. It stays within. So when the mind is focused within, that's what we call upekha. That's when we call it as upekha, that state of mind. Upekha means upaikati, seeing within. Bhante calls it introspection, seeing within. And I think I spoke about it yesterday when I was talking about the 7 factors of enlightenment. Upekha is the last step in the 7 factors of enlightenment, in the Bojjhangas. It begins with sati and ends with upekha. Remember, 7 factors of enlightenment. It starts with sati, the attention, or normally translated as mindfulness, and then it ends up with upekha. That's the 7th factor. So it starts with introversion of attention and end with introspection, that is seeing within. Sati, it turns in, sati means making you to turn within. Your attention is now placed within. You're looking, you're starting to look within. And then when you start to look within, what do you see? What do you see? Process of perception. Yes. So, sati helps you to turn in And then when you turn in, you begin to see, and that seeing is called upekkha. So when you have upekkha, or when you're seeing within, what you see is the process of perception. And it's a subjective experience. How your seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching is taking place. We call the process of perception, and it's made of, or how it takes place is with 5 aggregates or panchakkhandha. And so here you start to analyze the experience of the perception. So this is where the final or the ending of the Sapta Bojjhanga takes place. And if you come to this point, there's guarantee that you will not go back as a lay person. Yeah, you will be free from all kinds of suffering if you can see this process of perception for yourself, because that's when you start to realize there is no self, it's not someone doing all this, but it's the causes and conditions running, and this 5 khandhas, panchakkhandha, is at work and its activity, and there's no driver really. It's all that what's there is just that activity. So you get that realization, and then it releases you from all kinds of suffering. So your meditation, you're going to start with metta, and then slowly develop into karuna, and mudita and upekkha actually happens as a result of you really doing this metta and karuna properly. So it gets deeper and deeper and deeper. So you should start the metta, doing it in the proper way. So you have the whole day today to practice metta. So let's read from page number 43 to page number 40. Actually read it up to page number 50, because there's Bhante talks about the whole process here. So let's read it up to page number 50, but let's keep practicing metta, cultivation of universal benevolence. Bhante has given steps: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then karuna. And then tomorrow we'll move into practice anapanasati. So practice metta on the day. Okay, is there any questions you all would like to ask? No? Then I'll start doing the interviews. So you know the order. Probably let's try to keep it for 10 to 15 minutes each, yeah? Every time I get told off by Bhante because I take a long time to do the interviews. When the ladies come, they talk, and I listen. So Bhante says, no, don't do that. Just take 10 to 15 minutes. And I think it's crucial now this time I'm doing all of you. So try to be specific about this particular practice, and whatever the problems or difficulties you have about regarding this practice, please bring that up, and I'm there to help you all to clear them and to put you back into the track to keep practicing. I think if we keep 10 minutes for one person, 10 to 15 minutes, we should be able to do few more. So maybe Liu Yu Tek. Yeah, okay. And then Felicia, Tan Eng Heng, and Tang Su Yi, and maybe Richard Vo and Ho Kim Chin, maybe for now. And when they are moving, the others can come. We'll keep maybe 3 or 4 chairs there, and you all can wait. And while you're waiting, you can read and also you can practice. And I'll see how many I can do today. Okay. So if there's no questions, I'll start doing the interviews in the interview room, and have a happy meditation.